Donald Trump continuously shows how much of an egotist he really is. Not only do you have to believe in the Donald Trump doctrine, you have to believe in it 100%. Otherwise, not only are you against them, you're the enemy. Plain and simple. I ran across this truth. Now, he posted this days ago, but I ran across this truth on Truth Social. Thank you, Wayne. You're great, but how quickly the Jewish leaders forgot that I was the best by far president for Israel. They should be ashamed of themselves. This lack of loyalty to their greatest friends and allies is why a large number in Congress and so many others have stopped giving their support to Israel. And then he copies and pastes the article, Wayne Root's article from the Gateway Pundit, the greatest gaslighting in history. Honestly, I had the opportunity of reading his article, and frankly, this man says he's Jewish, although he's 100% Donald Trump supporter. But reading this article, oh man. He tries to actually excuse the fact that he hung out with Kanye West, whose rhetoric against the Jewish people in the last month or so. Oh man, this guy. And not to mention the fact having someone like Nick Fuentes, a Holocaust denier. He makes excuses saying, so if a president of the United States was associated with radical extremists and Jew haters and Holocaust deniers, I'd be the first to condemn him. Well, he did. 2 of them at his dinner table at Mar-a-Lago. In this article of his, doesn't condemn any of them. None of it. In fact, he tries to blame President Obama for being the biggest anti-Semite ever to inhabit the office of the presidency. But the fact is, everything that Donald Trump has shown me is shown that he is anti-Semitic. But someone out there is going to say, how can you say he's anti-Semitic? His daughter is married to a Jewish man, Jared Kushner. Here's the thing about that. Kushner has brought the money. Now, if money talks more than blood. We all know this. But the real problem that bothers me is the fact that he accuses the Democrats, the media, and the rhinos, Republicans in name only, that they're all trying to destroy Trump over a brief dinner with a stranger. With 2 strangers, let me put it that way. No, we're not trying to destroy Trump. If anything, Donald Trump is doing a damn good job at destroying himself. And yes, it's the truth. So before this guy or anyone else like him says that we're trying to destroy Donald Trump, no. This destroyed Trump all over again. He hung out with a Holocaust denier and an anti-Semite, Nick Fuentes and Kanye West. When you hang out with those types of people, when you're the president of the United States, you're going to defeat, or former president of the United States, you need to understand that you're going to feel some sort of blowback. And his idea is, he tries to explain why this writer of this article says that this is gaslighting, going into Donald Trump's background, saying that Trump is a Jewish grandfather, his own grandchildren are Orthodox Jew. Trump opened his Mar-a-Lago home to Jewish members, the first club ever to do that in Palm Beach. Whoopee! How much money did they have to pay for that invitation, exactly? And not to mention the fact that Trump was the Grand Marshal of the Salute to Israel parade in New York City. Again, whoopee. How much money did they pay him to march in that parade? Or how much did Trump pay to march in that parade? He didn't do it at the kindness of his heart. And he gives this idiotic message saying, to the media, I say, Trump was the best friend the Jewish people ever had. Trying to make Trump into an anti-Semite is the greatest fraud and gaslight of all time. And the thing about that is, why did he have him there in the first damn place? None of these people have answered that particular question. Why did he have Nick Fuentes there? Why did he have Kanye West there, knowing full well that they're anti-Semites, they're Holocaust deniers? Why were they there? No one has answered that question. Did he pay them money to be there? Did they pay Trump money to be there? Did Trump pay them to be there? No one's answered that question. But it ends this article saying, and to President Trump, I give one piece of advice. Hire a gatekeeper. Know the background of who you're dining with. Never let anyone like Kanye West or Nick Fuentes near your table ever again. End of story. With all due respect to Wayne Root, do you really believe that Donald Trump is going to follow that advice? Donald Trump has never followed a good piece of advice ever before in his life. He will never follow that advice. Someone probably advised him, don't run for president. He ran for president. Someone probably said, don't say this when you're on the podium, giving a speech to God knows who and about God knows what. He said anyway. Donald Trump is not the type of person to take advice from people. He's going to do it his way, and his way has hurt him hard. You say he's not an anti-Semite? Prove that he's not. Prove that he isn't. Did he stand up and say anything about the Tree of Life synagogue shooting that wasn't a political stunt on Twitter? No. Did he visit the Tree of Life synagogue when it was shot up by one of his supporters who believed in that BS replacement theory? Tucker Carlson, I'm talking to you, boy. Don't think I haven't forgotten about you. In the end of the day, Donald Trump has proved himself to be either a racist, an anti-Semite, or just a plain stupid person. Now, the bet's on stupidity. But I believe that he is a stone-cold racist. And nothing is going to change that belief unless he or you, Wayne, or anyone else in his family is willing to prove that. And this is a little truth but the real thing is, and before I close this video out, I really want to talk about this truth that he decided to write, saying that Jewish leaders in this country should be ashamed of themselves. The lack of loyalty and friends is why a number of Congress and so many others have stopped giving support to Israel. Really? What about the support and help for the Jews in this country now, victimized by Donald Trump's rhetoric, or more to the point, the Trumpers rhetoric, the MAGA cults rhetoric? Merging Taylor Green, I'm talking to you. So what about the support for Jews in this country, in the United States? I had not heard that support. Now, we heard from Wayne Root's article that you marched in the parade and you let Jewish leaders onto Mar-a-Lago. I still say that that's all just nothing more than a scam that you got paid for, or they paid you for. You don't care. And the real sad problem of all of this is that you know that you're anti-Semite, or at the very least, just a racist. You may not be a a Holocaust denier. But you have this vehement hatred for anyone that doesn't support you. What exactly have you done for the Jewish community to earn that kind of loyalty? You were wrong for having... The real problem is that you could say one of three things, one of these three phrases. I was wrong, or the X-rated version, I fucked up. But you are not the type of person that admits you made a mistake. Maybe because you're too weak to understand it, or maybe, just maybe, you believe in those attitudes. What, because you don't call Jewish names any kind of racist epithet to their face? You think that makes you special or anything else like that? That covers up your racism? No, Trump. You invited two horrendous people into your dinner table. You might as well have had Adolf Hitler and Walter Goebbels and the rest of the Nazi high command. And then the rest of the Third Reich at your tables. That's how poisonous you made the situation, Trump. And it doesn't matter how many people actually try to defend you. In the end of the day, you were wrong and you're too much of a coward to say it. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.